You know what else was weird to me that I was thinking about the other day?
Mm.
So I was reading how like when someone is pregnant,
Right.
their uterus of course expands with the kid inside. And
Right.
then it said something like
Wait, hold on a moment.
yeah.
I thought babies were delivered by storks.
When
What?
the stork the stork puts it directly into your belly.
That sounds fucking terrifying.
It opens it with its beak.
Oh God! Poor
That's
women.
why it stabs it in there and then it just opens it up and then it puts
Oh
the baby inside.
Jesus!
That's worse. That's what the
Oh,
belly button's for. Yeah,
Jesus.
that's the stork hole.
Oh God! Jesus!
But this was like, so after you're pregnant and after you give birth, then it still takes like however long for all of your organs to go back to where they were.
Right.
And I'm also thinking, all right, I'm gonna look up a picture. So
Is this stream friendly?
I'm
Picture.
I'm gonna not show it maybe.
Okay.
What would you say? Internal anatomy, maybe. Internal anatomy. I've spelled anatomy wrong. So people who have a uterus, some people have a uterus and some people don't.
Really?
Yes.
Why have a uterus?
You might need to check. It could be in there.
It's
But-
possible, you know.
My question is,
Mhm.
for people that don't have a uterus,
Right.
what the hell you got in that spot anyway? What's in there in that spot?
In the what's in the spot of a uterus?
Yeah.
For
What
men.
replaces it?
Okay, but
Yeah.
let's Google this. Let's Google this because my human anatomy isn't
Your
top
balls.
notch.
Yeah. Nothing?
What is in place of the uterus in male anatomy? Oh my God, it's a top search on Google. The epididymis.
Epididymis. What? Wait, that's your ball thing.
It's,
What?
It's an organ made up of highly coiled tube that stores the sperm produced by the testes.
Can you imagine if the uterus had to hang outside of the body like testicles do? Oh my fucking gosh, I don't want to be pregnant anyways,
Is
but
this
if that
correct?
was the case, I would be like, bitch, I'm never fucking getting pregnant.
That
No.
can't be correct. Isn't the
That-
epididymis like much lower?
Is maybe that, I don't know.
Oh, it just says the structure that is most analogous to the uterus in women is the epididymis men.
So
that
that
doesn't. It's not in the same position. Yeah, I was gonna say that makes no sense.
Maybe it's the prostate. There's also a seminal vessel. I don't like looking at even a drawing of the inside of the testicle. I'm going to say something brave and
Oh, here on Reddit.
controversial.
On Reddit,
What's
I
that?
found the answer.
Yeah?
The space that the uterus occupies is typically where you would find the male bladder when distended by a fetus. This is why females have to urinate more, because in the same
Mm.
space, though females do have a wider pelvic region, the female bladder is under compression by the uterus.
Yeah, that does make sense that it would push on the uterus.
So you have more space in there because you have a wider pelvis. That's so that you can have both the uterus and your bladder in there. And for men, it's only the bladder.
I have an anatomy question.
Okay. Hit me.
How come
Yeah. Is there something you've always wanted to ask a man? Go for it. Go for it.
I feel like I've asked this and never got the answer to it.
Okay.
How come
Okay, I'll
when
try
you
to answer it best I can.
how come when you squiggle, how come when you really like hands on the testicles and you
Right.
feel around in there, why
Right.
does it feel like a wet bag full of spaghetti?
Well, a wet bat full of spaghetti.
Like a wet, like it feels
With
like
two meatballs in there.
it feels like where the meatballs are not, that the rest is
Right.
just loose, firm spaghetti.
I mean, realistically, but like, I don't know the scientific answers to that. But what I imagine is it's just like things that connect to the testicles.
All the tubes?
Yeah, it's just the tubes.
Italian testicles. They do have the meatballs and spaghetti inside. It must be veins and stuff. But I remember I was just leisurely encountering some testicles once.
Okay, you were having sex. Okay.
No, it wasn't even that.
Oh,
because I wasn't like, hold on, I've got something I need to find out. Let me just squiggle these real quick. No, it was more just like, I don't have one. I don't have a penis or balls. Sure. So when I encounter one, especially where someone's not going to think I'm a fucking weirdo for doing it, I gotta mess with it.
Okay.
I gotta like, you know, I've gotta like, I have a curious nature.
It's like straight men, sort of.
Yeah.
Possible, wanting to mess with boobs because, you know, we don't have them. So it's fun to mess around with them. I get it in some extent, yeah.
It is for science, but I feel like, okay, it's the same thing with like, if I have access to one,
sure,
then I'm like, you get to mess with it all the time.
True. And for us, it's getting boring, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, we've messed with it our entire lives.
Yeah, so we want
other people to mess with them. Yeah.
So I'm just kind of like, I've just got to see what's going on in here. Because, I mean, like, I don't know. I love, like, learning things, which in this context makes it sound like I'm making a weird excuse. But it is, like, different, and I'm curious about things, and, like, especially things in, like, not just, like, anatomy, but I guess more of, like, you know, things that maybe people don't normally think about or something.
Right. Yeah. I mean, listen, like, I think for me, because, like, you know, I've had a set of balls and a penis my entire life, right?
Yeah.
I don't really think about these things that much,
Mm-hmm.
right? And also, gotta be honest, I don't really fondle my own balls.
Yeah.
That's.
You don't do the, like, okay, here's something that I've noticed a lot of testicle havers will do.
Right.
They take the skin of the ball.
Yeah.
I don't think I have anything to...
When they wrap it over the penis?
No, I have seen that. That is pretty funny. But they take it and they take it between their fingers and they just, I think that's the pinch and roll, pinch and twist. Yes, exactly. So they pinch and twist all the time.
Right.
And I think that's just sort of like, because when I'm just relaxing, I'll put, like, I hold my boob or something. It's nice and warm and it's nice and round. And so I think it's just like a little, it's like the testicular fidget spinner.
Sure, I can see that. I haven't done that in a while, but like, you know, like that is something that I think every man has done.
Yeah.
At least once. I mean, here's the thing with testes, and this is like the you know, the side of testicles that, you know, you don't get told about often enough.
Yeah.
But, you know,
the dark side of the testicle.
The dark side of the testes, right?
Yeah.
If it's hot outside, they stick to your legs. It sucks.
That sounds awful. I know the techniques for that one, though. So you walk and then you lean to one side, and that can unstick it. Or you do the good old one leg shake, where you lift your foot up and you do the leg shake. Whenever I see someone doing that, I'm like, I know what you're up to. I've got your fucking card right now. Or the wide step. Yeah.
The wide step is another good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think with, like, vaginas, because vaginas all have a different anatomy to them as well. And, like, you have outer labia and inner labia, and some people's labias are just larger. So I think also, like, a problem that some people have with their labia is they get, like, all jorbled up, all jangled up in there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so they sometimes also, vagina people have to unstick or move things around in there too.
Sure.
I think it
depends, right?
Just part of it.
It all depends on the size as well, right?
Yeah.
Like, realistically.
Mm-hmm.
Some people just have, like, a larger penis but a smaller set of testicles. Some people have a larger set of testicles and a smaller penis.
Yeah.
Some people have it just in the middle, and I imagine it's the same with vaginas. I don't have one, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
But yeah. No, I'm not going to be too open about which part, which camp I'm in. You know.
Yeah, that's completely fine. You know what I think is? You know what is really cool though about?
Right.
Hold on, let me have a drink before I say this.
All right.
I think what's really cool, just like as a science thing, is the reason that testicles hang is because of the body temperature not being conducive to the production of like sperm. I think that's really cool.
Right.
Also, I do have a picture open and I'm going to send it to you, and it do be looking like ramen noodles in there.
Okay, let's have a look.
That's ramen noodles, and no one will convince me otherwise. I'll put it in my mod chat. That's ramen noodles.
Fair enough. What am I looking at here?
When they want to make and deliver babies.
That's spaghetti, dude. So that's got the spermatic cord, the
epididymis, head,
body, and tail.
That's not the penis, is it?
I think those are the testicles. I don't think that...
Part of the testicles. Yeah, the penis is not shown here.
I don't know if that thing... Because that says front and back, and I don't know what that means.
Some of these names as well. The tunica vaginalis.
Yeah. I will have you know...
This just makes me realize how little I actually know about fucking anatomy.
I scored a 100% in my health class for labeling the anatomy of the penis, testicles, and of the vagina.
Good job.
I did. My favorite... What is it? Hold on. I've got to just double check my... Is that what it's called? I'm ruining my search history right now.
Right. No, of course. It wouldn't be, a normal day if you don't ruin your search history at least once.
It's been a while, since I've had to pull out these terminologies.
Oh, okay.
That bit, the underside bit, is it the flagellum? Is that what it's called?
Flagellum?
Frenulum, that's the one. That's a cool one. This is not a very nice picture.
And there's also the taint. Oh.
The taint? What's the technical term? That's the perineum, right?
Perineum, yeah.
The perineum. The banjo string? Don't call it that. Don't call it the banjo string.
Yeah, let's take a little wee break and then let's do...
and then we'll play a video game.
I need to call the doctor anyway.
Please, doctor. Please, doctor, there's spaghetti in my testicles.
Spaghetti in my testicles, I only just found out.
Please, doctor.